Hey everybody, it's Matthew here. Welcome back to another video on my channel. And in today's video, guys, I want to discuss some new stuff that we got going on for the MCU right now. So we have a couple of smaller leaks on Doomsday and Secret Wars, and we also got the first three movies announced for after Avengers Secret Wars. So those will be the first three movies in the new saga that we that we have to talk about after the multiverse saga wraps up with Avengers Secret Wars, as a matter of fact. So yeah, guys, that is what I'm going to be doing here today in this video. Be sure you hit that like button as well as that red subscribe button, but most importantly, make sure you press that notification bell so you don't miss anything in the future. And those of you guys that are new to the channel, I do more than just movies and TV. I do Lego related stuff. I play video games, I do haul and unboxing videos, I do all sorts of stuff like that here on my channel. So if you guys like to watch anything like that on YouTube and want to share your support, be sure to go check out my channel, because there will definitely be something in there for you to enjoy, as a matter of fact. But with all that being said, though, guys, let's get right into it, as a matter of fact. But first of all, I want to thank you guys for helping me pass 200 subscribers. I think we're at 212 subscribers right now, and I'm very thankful for all of you people that supported me, and most of you guys that watch my channel are not subscribed. So be sure you hit that like button and help me get this channel going, because the more subscribers I get, the more my videos get shoved up into the algorithm, as a matter of fact. But with all that being said, though, guys, let's get started. Okay, so first of all, we actually don't have any reports if Tom Holland is going to be in Avengers Doomsday. But if he's not in Doomsday, he is going to show up. He is likely going to show up in Avengers Secret Wars, which is where he is needed. And as of right now, in Avengers Doomsday, the one that's set to return is Tobey Maguire. So he is going to be the Spider-Man of Avengers Doomsday, but also Andrew Garfield is actually not set to be in this movie either. So in my opinion, they should have at least brought Andrew Garfield in there as well. And then they could have also easily put Tom Holland in this movie as well, because so for those of you that have been living under a bridge, we should know at this point that this is set to be a multiverse based movie. So that's why this is going to be the MCU, the Fox X-Men characters, and the Sony Spider-Man stuff is all going to be compiled into this movie. So, and that's why they say that that this is going to be a multiverse based movie, because all three of those universes are going to appear in this movie. But if Tom Holland doesn't show up in this movie, he will likely show up in Avengers Secret Wars as well. So yeah, I'm really looking forward to Avengers Doomsday, and I'm more on the bridge of being more excited for Secret Wars, even though I should be excited for both of them equally, because that's going to be the big epic finale, like Avengers Endgame, because Secret Wars is set to end the multiverse saga And so after that movie, we are starting the next saga in the MCU, and that has been confirmed that this is not going to be a whole new era for Marvel. We are going to continue the MCU with another saga, like just like how they started off with the multiverse saga as well. But yeah, so by the time that the multiverse saga gets wrapped up, there is going to be some characters that are not going to come back in the MCU. So some of these, so a portion of these characters are for sure going to get set off into the sunset, and they are going to have a nice send off. So all of the classic X-Men characters, and then Toby and Andrew, those two Spider-Mans, at least them, are going to get sent off into the sunset. And I'm saying that because you can't have these actors play these characters forever. Eventually, you have to send them off, or sometimes these characters get killed off. But what would be better is if they get sent off into the sunset, because if they die, that's just sad. So yeah, at least these characters are gonna get a send off at the very least. But yeah, so after Avengers Doomsday, and once we approach the release of Avengers Secret Wars, we will start making our predictions on who's gonna live and who's gonna die. And honestly, there are some characters that I think that I'm gonna be predicting that are going to die. And my prediction with one character that I made that's gonna die has actually changed. And we are gonna get right into that right now, because after Avengers Secret Wars, we got the first 3 movies announced. So we have a Doctor Strange 3 that was announced, and then we have Ryan Coogler, I think is his name, announced a Black Panther 3, and then also we are getting an X-Men reboot. So and I saw that coming, because if they're bringing the classic Fox X-Men characters into the MCU, that probably means after this saga gets wrapped up, the X-Men characters are going to be touched upon in the next saga, which is yeah. So they're not bringing them into this universe, and not doing anything about them, and not doing anything with them, period, as a matter of fact. So yeah, but yeah. So since they announced a Doctor Strange 3, this probably means Doctor Strange is not going to die in Avengers Doomsday or Secret Wars, because I made that my prediction was he was going to die, because he plays a big part in the multiverse right now, and because he has such a big role in the multiverse right now, my prediction was he was gonna die to end off the multiverse saga. But no, they actually announced a Doctor Strange 3 that is gonna be set after Secret Wars, and so yeah, Ben Doctor Strange is obviously gonna be in that movie. The only scenario that they would kill Doctor Strange off and then do a Doctor Strange 3 afterwards is if this next Doctor Strange movie takes place before Avengers Doomsday. And honestly, I do not see that happening, so it's likely that Doctor Strange is not going to die in either of these next 2 Avengers movies either. So So yeah, I'm excited to see Doctor Strange 3. I really liked Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness. I actually thought it was better than the first one, which most people would beg a differ on, but personally I thought it was better. But yeah, and I'm hoping this movie is good, and I'm very anxious to see what part in this next saga this movie is going to set up. But now since Doctor Strange, since I don't think Doctor Strange is going to die, I can't say the same thing with Shirley, which is the next Black Panther, which is the most recent Black Panther that we got introduced to. So so yeah, we also have a Black Panther 3 in the works, and what I also heard of is that what I also heard is that a lot of people were not big fans of Shirley becoming the Black Panther, which is which I'm teetering on, maybe disagreeing with, but it seems like a lot of people are not too fond of her. So I actually watched a YouTube video, and somebody actually predicted that maybe Shirley is gonna get killed off, and then one of the good guys that worked with the Black Panther when Chadwick Boseman played him will become the next Black Panther and Black Panther 3. And this is very interesting that somebody predicted that, because we're going to get a Black Panther trilogy, and with only 3 movies, we have already gone through 3 different characters playing Black Panther in total, if that happens. But I'm kind of thinking it won't happen, because in my opinion, there's just no way that we're gonna get like a Black Panther trilogy, and then we already have gone through 3 different characters, and then they become the next Black Panther. I did say I wouldn't say the same that I did with Doctor Strange, but now I'm kind of having a change of heart here, because in my opinion, the killing Shirley off and having a third character become the Black Panther is not the correct way to go. And Shirley is she's actually one of the youngest people that's gonna be in the Avengers movies, and so she still has like a lot of years to be a part of the Avengers and work with them. So yeah, I don't think they're gonna kill her off. I think she's gonna remain I think she's gonna remain the Black Panther going into the next saga in the MCU. But now the third and final movie that recently got announced for the next saga in the MCU is the X-Men reboot. So I said earlier that all of the classic X-Men characters are not going to be they're going to be set off into the sunset. There we go. And then in the next X-Men movie, it's going to be a reboot, because like I said, you can't have these classic actors play these characters forever. You have to send them off. But then, so yeah, all of these X-Men characters are likely going to be young X-Men characters, and like somewhere in like their early to mid 20s, as a matter of fact. So yeah, this is going to be a young group of X-Men, most likely. And to be honest, I don't think that this new group of X-Men characters are going to be part of the Fox X-Men universe. I think they are going to be the MCU's they're going to be the MCU's versions of the characters. So in our universe, these are going to be the X-Men characters for the MCU. But the Fox X-Men characters, but so yeah, I don't think they're going to have any connection to the Fox X-Men characters at all, period. And I'm pretty sure that they'll cast somebody just as good as them to play the X-Men characters, because like Ace said, you can't have these characters play, you can't have these actors play these characters forever. But yeah, and I'm actually hoping that Wolverine will be a part of this movie. I know some people think maybe when they introduce Wolverine in the next saga, maybe putting him with the X-Men isn't the best way to go. Maybe they should give him like his own solo movie first, and then he joins the X-Men as well, and then maybe they could do like an Avengers versus X-Men or whatever, as a matter of fact. But yeah, I'm very interested to see where this saga is going to go. And like I said, once we get closer to Avengers Secret Wars, we will make our predictions on who's gonna live and who's gonna die. And honestly, I'm gonna say this as of right now, I think Sam Wilson, the next Captain America, is going to live, because he's been working with the Avengers, and he's another very young Avenger. So I think into the next saga, he is going to continue leading the Avengers, and whoever he has on his team right now, he's probably going to keep all those people. But then I also think that maybe the Thunderbolts are probably going to live, but then they'll join his team, and then you have the star of the Avengers for the next saga in the MCU as well, as a matter of fact. So yeah, so those are my predictions and what we recently got announced for the future of the MCU after Secret Wars as well. But I did talk a little bit about Doomsday and Secret Wars in this video because in order to describe my predictions after Secret Wars, I had to talk about them a little bit, as a matter of fact. So yeah, guys, those are my predictions and theories that I have on the future of the MCU, and also what we recently got announced for the future of the MCU, as a matter of fact. And so yeah, guys, that is going to do it for this video, as a matter of fact. I really hope you enjoyed it. Be sure you hit that like button as well as that red subscribe button. But most importantly, make sure you press that notification bell so you don't miss anything in the future. But with all that being said, though, guys, I'm going to go get bringing back to more videos, because more videos are on the way sooner rather than later, as a matter of fact, guys. But with all that being said, though, guys, take care, drink water, and stay safe. And I will see you all in the very next video. Bye.